Welcome everyone to the Thursday evening class, and this class is basically on a really nice game played in the 21st century. That's the theme on this, and this game is actually pretty recent, played less than a year ago in a Qatar Masters tournament. It's a very strong super tournament, a lot of strong players playing it in Qatar, and this game is by World Champion Carlsen against Li Chao. So you could imagine how strong is that open tournament, sort of, that they could recruit the world champion to play in it. So it's a very prestigious tournament. So c4 g6. Do we know the opening at the moment, or it's still kind of unknown?
It could be Grandmaster, could be King Indian.
Excellent. So we don't know the opening yet. Okay. So it's could be a Grunfeld, or it could be.
It could end up as first slot too.
Yeah. All right, so f3. This is a very modern way of playing against it, because trying to prevent a very modern way of playing against this opening. They're trying to stop this d5 ideas, and just white wants to play e4 to get the control of the center. Okay, so f3 idea is to play e4. Most likely, Li Chao, I think so, yeah, I believe he's a Grunfeld player, so that's why Magnus Carlsen played f3, and this is going to lead to some very sharp positions. So take knight e5, e4, knight b6. This is all theory, that's why I'm moving a bit fast. Queen d2, and normally white will go for a long castle in this position and try to attack very quickly with h4, h5. So knight c6 is one option. Another possibility here is e5. e5, d5, c6, h4, and it gets really complicated. Very sharp lines. So Li Chao played knight c6. This is a little bit less sharp. So now long castle, and now f5. Besides this move, there are some other possible moves in this position for black, but f5 is just trying to weaken the position of the center and try to gain some activities. e5 by the world champion, logical move to shut down the bishop. Now this bishop is not going to come out, and but the problem is, what is the problem that you see now after this move e5?
We have the d5 square for black.
Exactly.
And d4 is backwards.
d4 is sort of backwards, and the weak d5 square. So now what black is going to try to do, he's going to try to base his whole play for the rest of the game on this d5 square. That's what he's planning to do. So knight b4, now controlling the d5 square, knight h3. The point is to go knight to f4. Okay. Queen e8, king b1. Idea of king b1 is to play a3 to put pressure on the knight. a5, bishop e2. Carlsen is just developing, but Li Chao, he knows this opening. He's one of the experts of the Grunfeld defense, so this is not just a guy who is playing a Grunfeld. He's really an authority in the opening as well. So, and it's gonna get really messy in a second. You'll see. Rook c1. White is trying to a little bit consolidate, make sure the king is not too weak. King goes on h8 because he wants to go bishop e6, and if it's attacked, he wants to maybe hide on g8 and just move away king a1, bishop e6, and now queen f7. So now black is just threatening to take the pawn. Yes, you can take on e6, but after queen e6, you don't have that much. Black has excellent grip on d5, and it's not so clear how you're going to try to proceed. So now let's see if you can find the best move here for white. What do you think white should try to do here to continue his attack, perhaps?
It seems like he would like to play d5.
Huh?
Just to dissolve.
d5?
Yeah, just.
No, but then he takes.
Yeah.
It loses a pawn, and e5 pawn is becoming weak too. So unfortunately, d5, he will just go knight bd5, and it's going to get a little bit weak. a2 is weak. If you play b3, you run into a4. If you play a3, so it's just becoming a problem. Okay.
Play h4.
h4. Bishop a2. This is where the fun stuff will start now. Carlsen gave up his pawn, who was, you know, helping to shield his king, and now h5, attacking on g6. Now there's a pressure on g6 and king g8. Carlsen took. He precisely calculated, of course, you know, before giving up. He precisely calculated it, what's going to happen. By the way, why g5 wasn't played? It looks logical. Why this move wasn't played? Can you tell me? Yes, in the back. Please raise your hand. Yeah, guys. Yes. Knight g6. Very nice. Check. If capture occurs, h takes g6, check. King has to move, picking up the queen and winning the game. Very nice. So that's why he played king g8 and now captures. And what should he do here? How he should try to proceed here with the attack? What do you think? What do you think white can do? Any ideas? Any guess? Yes?
I did trying to go g4 so I could play my e4 and bring my other knight over.
G4 is a possibility. And that is what he played. Absolutely. Bravo. Yeah. G4 trying to open up the position. Carlsen is going all out. Because what else to do? Yeah, it's not so clear. This d5 is not working. e6 is not working. So they're not really working anything. So he's trying to open up the g file for his rook to come in. Bishop b3 by Li Chao, trying to perhaps, you know, have some threats via knight c2. Now, bishop d1, played by the world champion now, controlling the c2 square, but most importantly now, look what he wants to do. Queen h2, queen g7. He's got very serious threats, you know. Now, if one slow move, queen h2, queen h7 is going to be a checkmate. Okay, so that is what's going on here. One slow move and queen h2 and queen h7 will win the game. a4, protecting the bishop. And trying to play now a3 to open up really important moment to play correctly. What is the next move? You.
Well, if queen h2, he has to move his queen.
Absolutely queen h2.
And then it's like force me.
Rook d8, that's what he's planning to do. He wants to vacate that f8 square for his king. Now he's winning, but he has to be precise. So can you be precise and win this game like the world champion?
Hello. I queen h7. Knight g6.
Aha! See, you're trying to say knight g6, but look at that move. Look at that clearance move, attacking this knight. Absolutely brilliant move, d5. It's disconnecting the communication, now attacking the knight. If the knight captures e6, look what he wants to do. I mean, this is beautiful. Attacks, checks, and checks. And, I mean, he's just... I mean, there are other ways to win, of course, but this is just a checkmate on f8. So he calculated all this. So after d5, Li Chao realized that he's probably going to lose now. So he didn't see anything better, you know, because e6, he didn't see anything better than just to go here. Now, really a very powerful and energetic victory. Very energetic victory for the world champion. So now, how are you going to finish him off here, huh? Knight g6, stay with the program, right? You came there to win the pawn. Now he goes here, and now? Absolutely. Very nice job attacking the queen. Queen cannot be sacrificed. Oh, actually, sorry, this is a mate, actually. That's why he didn't do that. I mean, it seems like let's just check this and same thing. Yeah, guys, this and just queen f8 will be unstoppable mate. So that's why he decided to play this move. Amazing, yeah? Amazing idea. And what he's trying to do, he wants to do his own checkmate here. Or at least some kind of perpetual. So he took the queen, king d7. You're down the entire queen here. But, you know, black's got that bishop now open. It's got some threads here, and it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 5 pieces and a pawn. That's some serious stuff right there, you know. If you don't know what you're gonna do now, you could lose this very quickly. So, what he should do here? What do you think? Like, for example, some people may take and then they get mated. You know, it's not out of the question. Yeah? So, check. This is a nice move. It's basically he's blocking the bishop. If the knight moves away, then not too much attacking power. So bishop has to take. Queen f5, check. This is all he moves. So he goes here. And now, this bishop is very powerful. It's too strong here. And it needs to be eliminated, okay? And once this bishop is eliminated, then his attack will lose its strength. And here, what did the world champion play to do that? Do you see what he can try to do to eliminate it? In the back? Absolutely. And now, let's take this bishop. Best way to eliminate the pieces that are attacking you is just eliminate them by taking them. Check. King b2. See how he skillfully, you know, eliminated both bishops now. He doesn't have the bishops now, so check. By Li Chao, he goes back. Rook takes c1. Rook takes c1. Without the bishops, it's very difficult to construct any kind of mating net. King c8. This is completely hopeless, but he just played a couple of more moves. So now he took, connecting his bishop. f4, attacking the knight. And here he resigned the game because he cannot take this pawn. Bishop e6 check, taking on g4, and just nothing can be done here. Rook f8 when? After f4? You lose the knight. You lose the knight, and plus f7 is protected. So these pawns are simply gonna march down and win the game. Alright? So this was a beautiful win for the world champion, who ended up actually winning the tournament. He didn't win clear first. It was a tie for first with another Chinese Grandmaster, Yu Yangyi. And he managed to defeat Yu Yangyi in the playoffs. So China has some very strong players. As you can see today, Ding Liren won his game against Fiedler. Very nice game. And they have Li Chao, they have Yu Yangyi, they have some others. So that's why they do really well in the Olympiads. So China is a great team they have. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to make sure you guys remember this entire game. 36 moves, okay? So we're going to see how well you understand the ideas of the world champion, okay? So let's start from the first move. So first move you remember, d4, c4, and let's start from here on. Let's see if you remember. Yes, in the back, f3. What is the, why they play this setup? Remember I explained to you, they're trying to, yeah, go ahead, wait, yeah. Why they play this setup? To e4, avoid the theory. So d5, we captures, and now, what do you play? e4, knight c3. Let me get this few natural moves out, and now this is the moment when you play this system. You need to remember and understand that you're aiming for castle. Okay, you're aiming for castle. That's exactly what you're aiming for. Okay, castling. Got it? So remember that. That's your plan, to simply castle. Okay. f5 now, putting pressure on your center. If he takes, he goes some bishop g4 ideas. It's going to be some problems. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do to prevent that from happening? Very good, excellent. Shutting down the bishop. What's the drawback? Do you know the drawback about this move? d5 in particular. Yeah, d4 is a little bit backward as well, but in particular d5 square is now under black's control. Knight b4 is played. What did Carlsen play, remember? Knight h3 first, remember? And now king b1, a5. Remember, he wants to consolidate his position a little bit here. So, bishop e2, bravo. One more consolidating move to make sure he's defending everything. Rook c1. I believe he played rook c1, no?
Yeah, rook c1.
Okay, we have a little freeze for a second. It will come back on. Okay, yeah.
So king a1,
King a1, king h8, and now, oh sorry, king f1, bishop e6, and now this is the moment. This is the time to start the attack, because if you hesitate a little bit more, he's gonna have a successful attack on you. When you see opposite color castling, right? When he castles this way, you castle that way, that's opposite side castling. What that usually means? Who knows this answer? What does that mean if players castle opposite side? What is likely to happen? Yes?
They're gonna attack on the side that the other person cast.
They're gonna attack each other on the opposite sides of the board. So black is now pushing this direction, and you can see Carlsen is pushing the other direction. And whoever is faster, whoever reaches the opponent's king faster, he's gonna win the game. And in this game, you see that it was a world champion. But his king was also in some trouble there, but he was always in command. So knight f4 comes in. And also remember, when you play this system with f3 against the Grunfeld, h4 is part of your plan. This h4, h5 is part of your plan that you're going to play. Okay? So it's very important that you remember that you're going to play h4, h5 at some point. So he goes here, bishop a2. Now taking the pawn, h5. There is no time to hesitate or try to do something else. This is the moment to simply to go for it. Okay? No time to hesitate. Now, if g5, everybody remember in this room the winning move? Knight g6. Brilliant. Check. He takes, h takes, winning the queen in the game. Yeah, he did play king g8. Oh, well, then knight takes f8, then g5 is also hanging. You're losing too much material there. So he went king g8 right away. Now, you want to open up the h file as soon as possible, ASAP, okay? Take, and now g4, no hesitation. Now you want to take on f5, bring the rook into the game. But also, what other very important purpose this move has that we saw in the game happening? Yes?
Opens the second rank.
Absolutely, opens the second rank, so we can swing the queen here and eventually to our desired square on h7 to be able to win. So it goes bishop d1, bishop b3, sorry, threatening some knight c2 check ideas. So how are we gonna get this queen there eventually? Bishop d1. Not only this is a great defensive move, taking care of these issues here, but it's also now clearing the square for the queen to go to. a4, queen h2, threatening checkmate in 1 on h7. The only way to stop it is to go king to rook to d8. Check. Here. d5. Well, that's a fantastic move. Let's see. How many players here you think they would consider something like that? That's a very powerful move. That's a clearance move that you're clearing the square for your bishop. But most importantly, what he's achieving is that he's going to be able to play the move e6. So that's what he's really achieving by playing the move d5. Very strong move. This is a very strong Grandmaster move d5, because a lot of people could get carried away by just grabbing the material and trying to do something else. But you don't want to do that. Okay? You want to go for the mate. And in order to do that, you're going to need to have this pawn on e6 if you want to mate him. Okay? So it goes knight c4, attacking the bishop. And now, knight g6 check. King comes here. e6, attacking the queen. Now, if he goes queen f6, check. Rook h8 and mate on f8. Unstoppable. So he goes a3, trying to open up the position. G takes f7 check. King d7. Think about it a little bit. 95, yes. See, it's not too late. Not too late to make a bad move like bishop takes b3, and after check, get mated like this. That would have been a really terrible way to lose. Yes? Exactly, yeah. That's what I mentioned, yes. You gotta deflect the knight from c4. It's too powerful. Excellent move again by champion, and now he's wants to take on c4, so has to take, check. You know, it's really a brilliant game. He wins a queen. He's up a queen for free, but then he has to sacrifice a knight first. Then he has to come back and sacrifice his queen, and it's almost equal material now. Yeah, material-wise, if you count, it's equal. I guess, yeah, now he just takes the bishop, so it looks kind of equal. It feels like there might be some other ways also to try to win, but I mean, this is definitely the cleanest. Just win the bishop, takes. Now there is no mating mechanism in this kind of positions. You can't really come up with some, you know, you can try to go check, but just king comes to b1. And if he goes here now, check. Now we are taking his rook on a3, so he can't do that. So he goes knight check, king a1 takes, rook takes on c1, and now king c8. Well, knight d3, just rook d1, and you're gonna have to move your knight back. This is completely losing. And after f4, Li Chao resigned in the view of, you know, bishop e6 is coming, g6, g7. So it was really, really nice game by the champion. You know, really brilliant victory against Li Chao. Is a very serious competitor with 2750 rating. So he wasn't just beating, you know, regular or strong GM. This world-class player here with the high ranking like that. Okay, well, any questions you have about this game? Anybody? Everybody understand? It was a fast, dynamic game where each move was very important. One slow move, one hesitant move could have resulted in the opposite person getting checkmated. All right? Very good. Now I have a endgame study puzzle for you that I want to set up and see if you guys can try to solve this very interesting endgame study, okay? Let me set it up. We do a little bit of endgames at the end, okay? How many people like to do studies? Studies are positions that they're not actually played in a tournament. They're just composed by people who like to compose studies. So this is a study, and looks like white is in trouble because there is a checkmate idea coming here, and you know, some problem. By the way, today it was a gameplay. It could have been ended something similar. Yeah, Caruana game against Hikaru. It was, you know, they had some material similar to this, just a couple more pawns. But of course, here black is threatening some serious ideas with queen h3. So you're gonna need to come up with an idea not to lose this game. Okay, try to come up with an idea to save this and make a draw. Okay. So what can we do here to accomplish that? So I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to think. And when you're ready, please raise your hand. Don't say the move yet, okay? Please raise your hand. You know the threat. It's queen h3 mate, okay? That is the threat. You know, the queen is very strong, you know, and the rooks are connected to each other. If they move around, then it's possible with the checks you're gonna lose it. So that's the problem here. Okay, we have one student raising yes. What's the move?
It's king g2, so to remove your rook somewhere.
King g2, he says.
I think just queen e2.
If check. Check.
Oh, then you get the same.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Go here. Here.
No, so no, yeah, king.
Seems like this might be losing, no? And what do we call this in chess? Zugzwang. You got Zugzwang. Yeah?
So like,
If you done rook c2 instead of g1.
go back to the like starting.
Wait. You already had your chance. Wait. Check.
Okay.
All right? Okay, great. Okay, what's the question now?
Like go back to the starting position.
Okay.
Like, so it's like if you move your rook somewhere, like you just go like.
Well, let's be a little bit more specific, okay? Let's not be too casual here. Let's be a little bit more specific, okay? Maybe it's a rook move. It is a rook move because king move loses. But which rook? Where? Got two rooks. I need somebody who has the solution all the way through. Okay? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 moves only. And it ends with a stalemate. Hint for you, big hint. 4 moves and it ends with a stalemate. The first move is very important to play because if you don't play the correct move, you might just simply get into some trouble. So the first move is very important. Do you see why we cannot move this rook up? Queen d2 check wins the rook, right? Perfect, that makes sense. Okay, we have one student here. Yes, what's the move? Can you be more specific? Which rook? Rook ge1, perfect. Well, other one just blunders mate, perfect. Okay, now, in order to win, he has to give a check or do something like this, right? Check. Check to the king. Now he's going to try to come up here and announce the checkmate. Don't rush, don't rush. What is the move here? You have to be precise still. King h1, correct.
Rook c3.
Not rook g1, that's what I was hoping to lure you in and play king h3 win. Rook c3, correct decision.
Followed by rook e3.
Rook e3 fortress, yeah, if he doesn't take.
Yeah.
If he doesn't take, you just go rook e3 protecting, so he has to take, and
But now rook e3.
rook e3, he takes, and the king is trapped. So what do we call this? Stalemate. Excellent. Good one, huh? Not a very easy one, but it was good. It was very good for you, for this class to do it. Okay, next one. Good job. We're gonna move forward. There were a couple of other very interesting ones that I want to show you. This one in particular looks very interesting. Let's see. White to play and win.
That's like I have no idea what the result should be.
Can you imagine? You're gonna win this. He's got 3 pawns. He's got 3 pawns.
And it's not enough just to win the pawn.
Yeah. He's got 3 pawns, but
Well, you have to just rook with me.
Yeah.
he's got 3 pawns.
Do a destructive.
Okay, we have. What was it? Sorry.
So anywhere the black rook moves right
It's
now.
very concrete though.
Yeah.
This is very concrete idea. If you don't do it concrete, then it's not so clear. So you have to calculate ideas.
7.
Well, let's not rush. Yeah, let's not rush. Maybe, but let's not rush. Let's try to find. Okay, we have.
No, I don't have.
Wait, same student again? Let's see. Maybe other good players we have here. Let's see if maybe they have a chance to find. Let's see. Calculate. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. For about 4 or 5 moves. 6 move mate. Yes. What's the move?
Knight to c5.
Knight to c5. Interesting idea, but I think this is not the correct move because king c8 now.
No checks.
If you go knight e6, I go rook g8 and I protect, so it's going to be a draw. So you really have one move here, one chance, one opportunity here to get this done. But how? How to do this? What is the precise way to finish this off? It's a mechanism, mating mechanism, mating net, we can say, You have to, it's going to end in a mating net. And the good thing about it, it's going to be similar idea on both sides if it goes. Yes, in the back?
Knight f8.
Excellent start.
Yes.
Knight f8 is an excellent start. Bravo.
Yeah.
Now,
I
okay, let's raise your hand, yeah? Raise your hand now. Okay, now, you can go here, right? Because of knight e6. So it's got 2 options. King c8 or e8. If he goes to c8, what is the move? Knight e6, still rook g8.
Or even e6. Oh no, it's the rook.
rook c1.
She's got it, yes. Because he can't go here, it's a fork. winning the rook. So he has to go here, and now 97 check and checkmate. Remember this idea, this mating net, okay? Everybody, remember this net. Knight is covering and the rook is mating. So, now, what happens if he goes here? Knight e6. Now he's got it. Excellent. He can't go here because of the mate. Rook d8 simply mates. He can't go here because check mate. Wins the rook. Now, sorry. And if he goes here, what do you do? Yes?
C7.
Excellent job.
Rook F1.
Check.
96.
Check.
Rook H1.
And again, we see the same exact mechanism on this side of the board. Okay? So rook and knight, they can actually create some things. Okay? They need a little bit of assistance from opponent pawns or something, but they can create sometimes a mating net. Okay? So it's an excellent exercise for you to remember how to maneuver your knight. When you have a knight on a chessboard, you've got a lot of options with that knight, okay? Use it. You know, that's why they say knight needs to be in the middle of the board, right? Why? Why it needs to be in the middle of the board? Like in this position, it's on d7, right? That's a pretty central good square. Because it has how many squares?
6.
Yeah, 6 at the moment, you know. But more in the center, more threats you will have, okay? Okay? Very, very nice. Very nice. Let's do one more position. And... again, we're gonna be doing the endgame studies on this one. Let's see. I would like to find a really good one for you here. I've done all of these studies, about 1,000 of them, and this has been part of my homework when I was, growing up and trying to get study. I'm using a very, very old book that's got some incredible positions in it. It's over 30-year-old, this book. Okay. All right, excellent position. So we need to find a way to win. We are white, and what can we try to do to win this? He has the extra pawn, and he has some, potential threats. I mean, if his king was escaping, he would win this game. Okay? If his king was escaping, he would win this game. He would be victorious. Okay? So what do we do? White to play and win. No, too early. I don't think you have everything. This is very strong. This is the most difficult one you've seen today, for sure. There are a couple of incredibly difficult moves you're gonna have to find here. But once you find it, you'll be able to win it. Again, we are trying to win, but it looks like he might be trying to win if his king comes in here, right? He's up a pawn after all. So he might be trying to push for a victory. You have it?
I think so.
All right, let's go.
Queen to b1. That's the move on.
Correct answer.
Yeah.
Correct answer, yes. He is threatening.
Oh, right.
He is threatening. Check, checkmate. Check, checkmate. But the question is, do you see what to do against this guy? This is the key move that you needed to see, because it's extremely difficult move now that you've got to find. Don't rush. I recommend not rushing here because it's a very, very important moment here.
The pawn on e4 is immune though, because of skewers.
Shish kebab tactic, yes. So that's the idea. That's what you say. You cannot take the pawn with the king because of the skewer ideas. Okay, skewer. So that's good. That's important to know. Okay, that means what are we going to do?
We can leave the pawn E and do something else.
We have a student in the back. Yes.
Queen B5.
Queen b5, she said. But did you see this move? Did you see this defense? Aha! That is the special defense. Okay. All right.
King d6.
King d6 now. Right now? But I'm afraid you don't have a threat. King d6, you don't have a threat. I will play this move and start checking your king. Don't think you have a mating threat here. I might be able to survive this one. You're getting very close though, very close to the solution.
Queen b3.
And he's got it. Queen b3, yes. Threatening queen d5 checkmate. The pawn is immune, yeah, cannot be taken because of the skewer. Threat is coming. The only way to stop it is to go check. King d8, d6. Now, queen c3. Oh, sorry. It's black to move still. We're down 2 pawns, and it looks like his queen is right next to him. How could we possibly checkmate him here? But either he's gonna get checkmated or he's gonna lose his queen. Okay? So if the queen moves this direction, how are you gonna win his queen? 1, 2, 1, 2. You.
Queen C3. And then Queen C6.
Absolutely. So that's not gonna work. What else to do? So he has to go this direction. By the way, this is a very nice mate. Do you see the mate now?
Yeah, it's Queen D5.
Absolutely, queen d5. So it has to go here. Now,
We're just trying to skewer him from the other side.
check. Continue.
Queen C3.
Continue.
Queen C5. No, wait.
One more check. He has to go here. Continue.
A4. Queen C6.
Queen c6, queen b5 is a little neater, no? Now, if he goes here, now what are we gonna do?
Queen B6.
Check. It's made. And if he goes now to a7,
Oh, we can play King C7.
king c7, absolutely. Now, king cannot go anywhere, and threatening queen b6 check, so he's gonna get checkmate. This is, you need to remember this position because it doesn't matter how many pawns he has. As long as he cannot check you, it's unstoppable mate from here or here.
This isn't forced.
Yeah, like I'll show you what we're talking about. Good job. Well, let's do this one more time to make sure everybody here got it. All right, so we start out with which move?
Queen.
Threatening now mate, so it has to go here. And the second move was a very difficult move to find. Queen b3. Good job on finding this one. This is a very hard move to find. Now threatening mate, and now this appears to be a losing position now. He goes here, check, check, check. You just need to remember this, and mating net is there. Okay, so this is, just remember this position, okay? This could happen in a position where opponent has a or H pass pawn, he promotes into a queen, but then your king is closer. You go check, check, check closer and win the game. Like for example, I'll just show you one example. So you are playing, let's say, with yeah, you're in this position. So this is the position. Let's say you just played, like you just, it's black to move here. So black just similar position. Black just queens, and now if you keep checking, it's not going to do much. So you have to just make which quiet move? King g3. And now he's in a mating net from where he simply cannot escape from or do anything.
So it's forced to promote to a knight.
Yeah, so that forced to promote the knight, that's going to result into a checkmate. Okay, so excellent job guys today. So what I want you to do, I want you to do some more studies, okay? And I will give you a couple of names right now so you can write down or try to remember, okay? These are some of the best study composers right now. So one is Pervakov, and Pervakov is very, Russian composer, and his studies are very popular by the top players. So it's very good. Pervakov. Kubel is the old older generation. Troitsky has some great studies. Kasparian, this book I'm using is a Kasparian book. Hendrik Kasparian, he was the world champion in this studies. Okay, so this is gonna, it will help you with your imagination, with finding a lot of interesting moves and, winning positions that you don't think there is a win. Okay, so that's why it's very important. Another composer is Geek, has a lot of good studies. Geek, so and some of the studies I was showing you, they were like from 100 years ago, or maybe even more. But the beauty is still there,